Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. This is Miguel with the series How to Combine the DC Deck Building Sets. This will be the 19th deck profile. In this episode we will be covering Teen Titans Go. Originally it was supposed to be the Rebirth episode, but that set introduces a new type of gameplay that does not mix well with the standard way of playing. I will include the cards you can mix from Rebirth towards the end of the video if you are interested. The oversized heroes for this set are Robin, Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, and Beast Boy with Kid Flash. In Teen Titans Go, there is a new keyword in Recruit. At the start of the game, each player is dealt a random superhero to play as. Then, each of the unused superheroes are placed above the lineup and flipped to their sidekick side. These sidekicks will have a keyword Recruit, making them available during the game. You can have multiple sidekicks. Any sidekick in front of you is on your team, so you can use its effects. However, there are ways to make you lose a sidekick and return them to the top of the lineup. Your starter deck for this game will include 7 punch cards, 2 vulnerabilities, and 1 snack time. Snack time has the effect: put a weakness from your discard pile on the bottom of the weakness pile. This is meant to get rid of weakness cards without destroying them, because weakness cards in this set have specific effects. You will also get introduced to Titans Go. Titans Go has +2 power defense. You may return this card from your hand to the Teen Titans Go stack to avoid an attack. If you do, draw a card. This is meant to replace the kick stack and give you access to defense cards earlier. Weaknesses in this set will also have a new ruling added to them. Weakness cards must be played before you play any other cards. This is meant to represent all the different situations the Titans get into. So, for the theme of the main deck, we're going to focus on the 2019 movie Teen Titans Go versus the Teen Titans, where they start fighting each other at first, but end up having to fight 2 versions of Trigon. For availability, we're pulling from the original set, Heroes Unite, Forever Evil, Teen Titans, Confrontations, Rivals 1 and 2, Crisis 1, 2, and 4, and Crossover Pack 1 and 6. For consistency, we'll have the main deck at 130 with 30 heroes, villains, equipment, and superpowers with 10 locations. And now the deck profile. For heroes, at cost 1, we have singles of Silky and Wally T. Silky has the effect: you may destroy a punch in your hand. Silky is a low-cost destroy card that can be bought in the early game when you cannot buy a Titans Go. Wally T has the effect: +1 power for each sidekick on your team. Wally T can give you a boost in power once you start having an efficient way of recruiting sidekicks. At cost 2, we have singles of Masimenos, Sticky Joe, and doubles of Ravager. Masimenos has the effect: +1 power, high five a foe. You and that foe each draw a card. Masimenos can help another player catch up during the game by letting them draw a card. Sticky Joe has the effect: +1 power. If Beast Boy is on your team, put a superpower from your discard pile into your hand. Sticky Joe supports superpower builds, since Beast Boy is able to be recruited by playing 2 superpowers. Ravager is here to destroy a card in your hand or discard pile if you control an ongoing card. At cost 3, we have singles of Jaina, Zan, and doubles of High Tech Hero. Jaina has the effect: +2 power. If you control a superpower, draw a card. Jaina supports superpower builds as a draw card and can combo with Zan. Zan has the effect: +2 power. If you control Jaina, draw 2 cards. Playing Zan, Jaina, and a superpower can guarantee drawing 3 cards to further your turn. This combo is balanced by having 1 copy of Zan and Jaina in the main deck. High Tech Hero supports equipment and superpower builds by increasing in power. At cost 4, we have singles of Bumblebee, Calderon, Speedy, Superboy, and doubles of Jaime Reyes, Static, and Wally West. Bumblebee has the effect +2 power. If you control 2 or more cards with cost 0, an additional +1 power. Bumblebee can increase in power in the early game where you still have your starters. Calderon has the effect +2 power defense. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, draw a card and an additional card for each sidekick on your team. Calderon can extend your following turns once you start having an efficient way of recruiting sidekicks. Speedy has the effect +2 power and an additional +1 power for each equipment you control. Speedy supports equipment builds by giving you a boost in power. Superboy has the effect +2 power defense. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, draw a card and you may destroy a card in your discard pile. Superboy is a standard defense card that can thin out your deck out of undesirable cards. Jaime Reyes is a defense card that can put himself into play after defending. Static can give you a boost in power and can destroy a card in your hand or discard pile. He is here to control the Unity cards you have in play in order to limit who uses them. Wally West is a great draw engine for everyone with a Unity card and can be controlled with discard effects. At cost 5, we have singles of Aqualad, Miss Martian, Garfield Logan, and Coriander. Aqualad has the effect +2 power. If you control a superpower, an additional +2 power. Aqualad supports superpower builds by increasing in power. Miss Martian has the effect +2 power defense. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, draw a card and a foe of your choice gains a weakness. Miss Martian is a powerful defense card that works as a pseudo attack that can give a player a weakness without them responding to it. Garfield Logan is an ongoing card that can turn your next played or discarded card into a different card type to fulfill specific card type effects, like with High Tech Hero and Daughter of Trigon. Coriander supports superpower builds by gaining a superpower from the lineup and adding it to your hand. At cost 6, we have singles of Connor Kent, Tim Drake, Donna Troy, and Omen. Connor Kent supports superpower builds by letting you recover up to 2 superpowers from your discard pile. Tim Drake supports hero builds by putting a hero from your discard pile into your hand and can gain an equipment from the lineup without using the power generated. Donna Troy is a pseudo reveal to defend card because it relies on how many ongoing cards you control in order to keep Donna Troy in your hand. Omen is a great destroy engine for everyone with a Unity card and can be controlled with discard effects. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Daughter of Trigon. Daughter of Trigon can reduce the cost of villains and supervillains, making them easier to buy or gain if you built your deck with different card types. At cost 8, we have a single copy of World's Mightiest Mortal. World's Mightiest Mortal can generate +5 power and dig into the main deck to bring out more buy options. For villains, at cost 1, we have doubles of Blank. Blank is the main Unity card you want to discard to trigger multiple Unity effects throughout the game. It can also work with discard effects for Static and Plasmus. At cost 2, we have doubles of Zookeeper. Zookeeper is a low... Let me try that one more time. Zookeeper is a low-cost ongoing defense that can be bought in the early game when you cannot buy a kick. At cost 3, we have singles of Mad Mod, Mumbo Jumbo, Black Manta, Black Thorn, with doubles of Cinderblock and Plasmas. Mad Mod has the effect +1 power, attack. Each foe loses a sidekick. Mad Mod is here as an attack against sidekicks that can make them available for you to recruit. Mumbo Jumbo has the effect +2 power and an additional +1 power for each sidekick on your team. Mumbo Jumbo can give you a boost in power once you start having an efficient way of recruiting sidekicks. Black Manta supports equipment builds by helping you get rid of undesirable cards. Black Thorn supports superpower builds by helping you get rid of undesirable cards. Plasmas can be a pseudo draw engine each turn just as long as you have multiple ongoings in play. Cinderblock is a draw card that can set up your next defense card from your discard pile on top of your deck to prepare for attacks next turn. At cost 4, we have singles of Mother May I, Monsieur Mallah, Ravager, Terra, with doubles of Dr. Savannah and Lady Vic. Mother May I has the effect +1 power and choose a foe. Attack. Steal a sidekick from that foe. Mother May I is here as an attack against sidekicks and can make them available for you to recruit without doing the recruit mechanic. Monsieur Mallah has the effect +2 power and an additional +1 power for each other villain you control. Monsieur Mallah supports villain builds by increasing in power. Ravager has the effect +2 power. Attack. Each foe discards a card for each sidekick on their team. Ravager is an attack that can leave foes empty-handed if they have been recruiting multiple sidekicks. Terra has the effect draw a card. You may pass Terra to a foe's discard pile. If you do, gain a location that player controls and put it in front of you. Terra is a powerful effect outside of this set because there is no response to it unless you are actively discarding your locations. Dr. Savannah supports superpower builds by putting a superpower from your discard pile on top of your deck. Lady Vic is an ongoing card with a delayed effect of +2 power, perfect for those turns that you need an extra boost. At cost 5, we have singles of Blackfire, Slade, and doubles of Mammoth. Blackfire has the effect +2 power, attack. Each foe loses a sidekick. Blackfire is here as an attack against sidekicks that can make them available for you to recruit. Slade has the effect +2 power, attack. Each foe gains a weakness for each sidekick on their team. Slade is an attack that can leave foes with a lot of weaknesses if they have been recruiting sidekicks. Mammoth is a great defense card because when you discard to defend, he can draw 2 cards first and then destroy a starter from your hand or discard pile. This means that you can always wait to see if you draw a starter when you don't have one in your discard pile. At cost 6, we have singles of Despero, Inertia, Jinx, and Zoranic Natu. Despero is a staple card that can draw 2 and attack to make a player discard a card with cost 1 or greater. Inertia is a good draw engine because it is an ongoing card that can let you draw a card at the cost of discarding 1 from your hand. Jinx is here as +1 and draw a card that can attack foes who have Unity or ongoing cards in play to discard. Zoranic Natu is a powerful defense that can draw 2 and destroy 1 in your hand or discard pile when defending to counter the many attacks in this main deck. At cost 7, we have singles of Match and Scandal Savage. Match is here as an attack against players with multiple ongoings, allowing you to gain control of them if they did not defend. Scandal Savage is here as an ongoing defense that can defend up to 4 times before she can discard herself. For equipment, at cost 2, we have singles of Grapple Gun, Missile Man, with doubles of Colony Suit, and Biometric Exosuit. Grapple Gun has the effect +1 power defense. You may discard this card to avoid an attack. If you do, draw a card and put a card from the lineup on top of the main deck. This is a great response to players who like to attack because Grapple Gun can prevent a card from being available to the turn player. Missile Man has the effect +2 power. If Cyborg is on your team, you may destroy a card in the lineup. If you do, replace it. Missile Man refreshes the lineup, helping to cycle out undesirable cards if you control Cyborg. Colony Suit works as a boost in power when discarding an ongoing card and can serve as a tool to discard Unity cards in order for other players not to use Unity effects. Biometric Exosuit is the basic Unity card that can snowball alongside multiple Unity cards in play. You can always limit the use of it by discarding it with effects like Colony Suit. At cost 3, we have singles of Dodgeball Launcher, Titan's Communicator, with doubles of Helmet of Fate, Detonator, and Water Bearer. Dodgeball Launcher has the effect +2 power. If Cyborg is on your team, you may pass a card from your hand or discard pile to a foe's discard pile. Dodgeball Launcher can get rid of undesirable cards from your hand once you have a way of recruiting and keeping Cyborg on your team. Titan's Communicator has the effect +1 power. Recruit a Psychic. At the end of your turn, lose it. Titan's Communicator bypasses the recruit mechanic at the cost of not being able to keep it. Helmet of Fate can mulligan undesirable cards when defending, making you draw a card for each one discarded minus itself. Detonator is an ongoing card with a delayed effect to destroy a card in your discard pile. Water Bearer is a great card for when you see a Unity card or ongoing card in the lineup to play it as soon as you buy it. At cost 4, we have singles of Jetpack, Meatball Launcher, Spellbook, T-Car, and doubles of Flight Wings. Jetpack has the effect +1 power, draw 2 cards, and then discard 2 cards. Jetpack allows you to cycle through your deck at the cost of discarding 2, but remember that you can discard weakness cards you draw into so you don't have to play them right away. Meatball Launcher has the effect +2 power. Look at the top card of your deck. You may pass it to a foe's discard pile. Meatball Launcher can get rid of undesirable cards from your deck to let you draw into cards you do want to see. Spellbook has the effect +2 power. If Raven is on your team, draw 2 cards. Spellbook can extend your turns once you have a way to recruit and keep Raven on your team. T-Car has the effect +2 power and an additional +1 power for each hero you control. T-Car supports hero builds by increasing in power if you control heroes. Flight Wings can put multiple cards on top of your deck that were bought or gained in the turn of playing it. At cost 5, we have singles of Bowstaff, Crystal Prism, Titan Robot, and doubles of Kryptonite. Bowstaff has the effect +2 power. If Robin is on your team, you are considered to have each sidekick in the game on your team this turn. This is a great card to catch up or take the lead because the sidekicks give you a boost in power according to their respective card types. Crystal Prism has the effect plus power equal to the number of different card types you control this turn. Crystal Prism can give you a boost in power if you have built your deck with different card types in mind. Titan Robot has the effect plus 2 power. Draw a card for each sidekick on your team. This is a great card to extend your plays if you have a lot of sidekicks to draw from. Kryptonite is a well-designed attack that can give players weaknesses and does not strike players who have too many weaknesses already, just as long as they discard one from their hand. At cost 6, we have doubles of Broadsword and T-Wing. Broadsword is an excellent attack for this main deck because it has a lot of low-cost cards to destroy. T-Wing is here as a catch-up card at the end of the game if you have been collecting different cards with cost 2 or less. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Reach Scarab. Reach Scarab is a great defense card that can draw 2 and put an ongoing card from your discard pile into play to have them ready for the turn. For superpowers at cost 1, we have doubles of Acrobatic Agility. Acrobatic Agility is a low-cost defense that can be bought in the early game when you cannot afford to buy a Titan's Go. At cost 2, we have doubles of Vigilant Guard. Vigilant Guard is a low-cost defense that can help another player defend against the same attack, and you don't always have to choose another player in order to draw a card. At cost 3, we have singles of Dark Magic, Snake Form with doubles of Power of the Green, Molecular Vibration, and Telepathy. Dark Magic has the effect plus 2 power. If Raven is on your team, play a card in the lineup and then return it. Dark Magic can play a card from the lineup earlier at the cost of not being able to buy it after using. Snake Form has the effect plus 2 power. If Beast Boy is on your team, attack. Each foe gains a weakness. Snake Form is an attack that can leave foes with multiple weaknesses if you have a consistent way of recruiting and keeping Beast Boy. Power of the Green is here to support locations by putting them into play and gaining power for controlling them. Molecular Vibration is an ongoing card with a delayed effect to draw a card on turns where you need an extra card. Telepathy is a great draw engine for the turn because you can cycle through unwanted cards to draw into new cards. At cost 4, we have singles of Elephant Form, I-Beams, Flight, Magic Clone, and doubles of Energy Absorption and Geokinesis. Elephant Form has the effect plus 2 power, an additional plus 1 power for each other superpower you control. Elephant Form supports superpower builds by increasing in power if you control superpowers. I-Beams has the effect, choose a foe. Play the top card of that foe's deck and then return it. If that card has cost 0, draw a card. This is an upgraded version of X-Ray Vision because it can draw a card if foes still have their starters or weaknesses. Flight has the effect, plus 2 power. If Starfire is on your team, an additional plus 2 power. Flight can give you a boost in power if you have a consistent way of recruiting and keeping Starfire on your team. Magic Clone has the effect, choose a hero or villain you control. Play it again. Magic Clone allows you to reuse your effects, especially from single copy cards. Geokinesis is here as another attack against ongoing cards to make the chosen player discard theirs. Energy Absorption is a standard card that lets you draw a card and then gives you the option to destroy a card in your hand. At cost 5, we have singles of Starbolts, Azrath Metreon Zinthos, and doubles of Titans Together. Starbolts has the effect +2 power. If Starfire is on your team, reveal the top card of the main deck, additional power for equal to that card's cost. Starbolts can give you a higher boost in power if your deck or main deck is built with high cost cards. Azrath Metreon Zinthos is an ongoing card with a delayed effect to recover a card with cost 4 or less from your discard pile on turns where you need an extra card. Titans Together is the standard Unity card that can snowball alongside multiple Unity cards in play. You can always limit the use of it by discarding it with effects like Static, Plasmas, or Colony Suit. At cost 6, we have singles of Tactile Telekinesis, Mystic Bolts, Possession, and World's Greatest Detective. Tactile Telekinesis is an ongoing card that works great as a destroy engine in superpower builds because you have the option to destroy the top card of your deck. Mystic Bolts lets you put up to 2 cards with cost 5 or less, but with different costs from your discard pile into your hand as a way to reuse previous cards. Possession is here as a way for each foes to reveal their hands and turn their attacks against them. World's Greatest Detective is a reveal to defend card that lets us gain +1 power and draw a card when played. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Speed Force. Speed Force is our lucrative card because it is +2 power and draws 2 cards with no drawbacks. At cost 8, we have a single copy of Teen Titans Go. Teen Titans Go supports ongoing cards by putting all ongoings from your discard pile into your hand as a way to take the lead or catch up. For locations, at cost 3, we have singles of Hive Tower and Jump City. Hive Tower has the effect ongoing. Lose a sidekick, draw a card. Use this ability only once per turn. This is a great draw engine once you have your sidekick's ability used up. Jump City has the effect ongoing. The first time you play a card with cost 1 or 2 during each of your turns, draw a card. This is a great draw engine in this deck because there's a lot of cost 1 and 2s. At cost 4, we have singles of Trash Hole and Titan's Memorial. Trash Hole has the effect ongoing. Each time you are attacked, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. This is a great card engine to cycle through your deck in search of defense cards to hope to stop the incoming attack. Titan's Memorial is a draw engine if you have a lot of stuff to destroy, especially in the early game. At cost 5, we have singles of Titan's Tower, New Titan's Tower, and Azrath. Titan's Tower has the effect ongoing. If you have 1 or more sidekicks, +1 power. Titan's Tower can give you a boost in power if you have a consistent way of recruiting and keeping your sidekicks. New Titan's Tower is a draw engine for ongoing cards and can be used for discard effects like Static, Plasmas, or Colony Suit. Azrath is an ongoing card that requires you to discard a card in order to attack and make each foe discard a card. At cost 6, we have singles of Tamaran and Cadmus Labs. Tamaran can give you a boost in power based on the top card discarded. Asterisk is 3 power. Cadmus Labs lets you use cost 3 or lower heroes or villains, which works best in low cost builds. At cost 7, we have a single copy of Infinity Island. Infinity Island is a great way to reuse ongoing cards that have discarded for other effects. This set also introduced new supervillains. These supervillains actually have the keyword of Nemesis. Nemesis was introduced as a way to distinguish a card type and a sub-card type to make wording cards a lot smoother. For Rebirth, we also have 13 cards that can be mixed with our current collection of cards. We have doubles of Aquaman, Cyborg. They let you recover a superpower or equipment from your discard pile with cost 4 or less. We also have Jessica Cruz. Draw 2 and then discard a card. We have Simon Bass, +1 power and reveal the top card of your deck. Draw it or destroy it. We have Wonder Woman Shield as an ongoing defense where you can discard this card or discard a card with cost 1 or greater from your hand to avoid an attack. We have Power Battery. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you have revealed 2 different card types, then draw for each revealed card. We also have doubles of Heat Vision, +2 power, and target player may destroy a card in their discard pile. And then we have Constructs. Target player draws 2 cards. In closing, that's one way to combine DC deck building sets. Remember, there's no single correct way to build your main deck. These videos are here to inspire and start conversations. What would you change? Do you want other DC shows to get expansions? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all the YouTube things. I'll see you on the next one.